What's going on, y'all? Today's topic is community college. Personally, I went to community college right after high school, and I was just in a weird situation where I didn't really know. It's very stupid. After high school, I didn't really apply to colleges. I had a decent GPA. I probably could have got into something. I had a 3.3 or something like that, 3.1 maybe. I don't really remember, bro. It's fucking high school. But I wasn't a fucking dumbass. But yeah, my parents just never really told me to apply to places, and I think it was just a given that we could not afford it. I had 3 older siblings, and we're all kind of close in age, so we're all kind of going to college at the same time. So it was just not realistic for me to go to university because my parents just could not afford it. And I didn't really, I was 18. I really know all about financial aid and shit. So I was oh, fuck it, sure, I'll go. Yeah, and I was also the type that didn't really think about their future as a kid. And so I went to community college, right? And nothing kind of depresses you until you see all your friends from high school just go off into university. I didn't really think that much because I don't know, I was just so into my own head. But I started seeing on social media all my friends partying, making new friends, and I just realized damn, I guess I kind of missed out on a lot, not applying to any places. And you kind of have to for your sanity, you kind of have to convince yourself it's oh well, it's just a social life, I can make friends here, I can still have fun over here. And that's totally true, and that's totally what happened to me. I still had a couple of friends that stayed behind in my hometown. I made a couple new friends, obviously, especially through work. In community college, if you don't have a job, it's gonna be hard to make friends, at least for me, because people in your classes are not gonna really talk to you. Unless you're a very sociable person, which I'm not. And so I just relied on work friends and the friends that I already had. And I did fine. I had a pretty good social life. I went to a lot of raves and shit. And that's how I kind of that was my party scene, because I didn't really have a fucking fraternity life to go do a bunch of drugs with. So I just went to raves, and that's where I partied. That's where I let loose and shit. And I think it's kind of important to have that outlet when you're in community college, because it can just be a little depressing not having a social life. And to me, it was to the point where I was just having too much fun, going to all these parties and concerts and stuff, that I didn't even focus on school that much. I also went because I just didn't know what to do with my life, And so the first couple of years at community college, I was just taking bullshit classes, and then obviously I had that freedom that I never experienced before, where I could just not go to class. And so I just took advantage of that in a terrible way. So for me, I went to fucking community college for 4 years because I got put on academic probation for the first 2 years. And then I just got my shit together the 3rd and 4th, because I was what the fuck am I even doing right now? So yeah, I transferred after 4 years, and it was yeah, I felt really behind on life, but it's you hear that saying, everyone goes at their own pace, which is true. At least I have my bachelor's now and shit, and I'm working, so I don't really regret all those decisions I made. I mean, yeah, I probably could have been earning a little earlier and investing at a younger age and had more experience on my resume, but it's the point is I'm here now. That's all that matters. But yeah, anyway, community college is it's really not that bad. I do say, like, yeah, you're gonna miss out on the social aspect of it, But even like the friends that I like had that went to like all these fraternities and shit, like now that we're like all graduated, man, that shit didn't really mean anything. Like, okay, it didn't mean nothing. Like, they made connections, but like, you're not thinking about the connections when you're outside looking in. You're just looking at how fun it is, right? And like, that fun to them years later is kind of nothing, bro. Like, yeah, you have a couple like drinks here and then, you have a couple fun experiences, but when you're 26, 25, like, man, no one's thinking about their college days, bro. Like, if you are, it's kind of sad. Like, everyone's kind of over that. Everyone's getting like, into their professional life. And I'm really not. It's like, I'm gonna sound like I'm coping, which like maybe I am, but I'm just saying that the social life and that Greek life that you might be envious of, it's really like not that important. As long as you find alternatives, you know. If you don't, yeah, you're gonna be fucking depressed. Like, sorry, you're gonna be like envious of like all the friends your other friends are making, and you're gonna feel left behind. I'm sorry, it's just the truth, and I felt that way. I fucking felt that way all the time, and I just had to cope with like other ways. I just gotta put myself out there, and I made a lot of fun experiences, and I did a lot of shit that like I was envious of. So, you know, you just gotta find an alternative. And obviously you'll be saving money, because I truly think like 4 years, for people who go to 4 years are just like on another level of privilege. I mean, if you have direction, yeah, don't fucking like reject going to a 4-year university. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like people who don't even have direction use that time in that 4 year, like they're paying like thousands of dollars just to like fuck around and party. Like, it's like fucking stupid. They kind of regret it later on. And I know it kind of sounds salty that I didn't go to 4 year, like, but really I'm just trying to give you advice, and like I'm just trying to say that community college, it's not as bad as it seems, and the 4 years aren't as good as they seem, you know. And at the end of the day, think about how many people aren't going to fucking college, you know, and who still have like lit lives, who still have fun. So don't be too hard on yourself if you don't go to a 4 year. And definitely just use that time to figure out what you want to do, because I didn't, and I spent 4 years at community college. Like, you want to transfer as soon as possible. And when you do transfer, you're gonna have opportunities to be social as well, to make friends. Cause that's like the real big concern. Cause like the education's all the fucking same, really, unless you're like going to a 4-year program that's like, I don't really know like medical and STEM shit. So I might be talking out of my ass. But like general ed for like the first 2 years of college is like literally all the fucking same. Like, those people who are going to 4 years, they're probably ditching class just as much as you. They're probably failing classes just as much as you. You know, their outcomes are gonna be like the same, bro. So if you're stuck going to community college, bro, like, yeah, you could be a little sad, but just get fucking over it and like figure out alternatives, and don't just get stuck in this place where you're just feeling sorry for yourself and feeling jealous. Just figure out what you're gonna do about your life. Figure out like what your direction is, what your social life is gonna be, and just use that opportunity to grow as a person. And don't just wallow in your self-pity. Anyway, that's about it for today. Maybe I'll do more on community college, because this was kind of all over the place. So maybe I'll have like a bit more direction in the future. But anyway, that's about it. Peace.